deals are made, and legends are born.
You boys know what to do. Sure, we know what to do. And that is not to let the devil know anything.
All right, welcome to another Crossroads podcast. I'm the host, Jake Ryan, and today's guest is Layloni Ghee.
G, actually.
G.
Yes, like the melted butter. Yeah.
Like, you're my G.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, cool.
Exactly.
Well, geez, I've had it wrong like this whole time in my mind.
Don't feel bad. Everybody who sees it usually does, so yeah. And I answer to both, you know.
Oh, yeah, true that. Like, people call me Ryan all the time. I'm like, well, it's my last name, but, you know, whatever.
Name, but yeah. Got two first names.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thanks for doing this podcast. I'm glad you hit me up, actually.
Yeah. I mean, it was one of those things. You actually reached out to me like a year or two ago when you first started this podcast, and I wasn't in a good place, and I wasn't really in a creating place. And so I told you I'd hit you up if I ever had anything going on, and I got stuff going on now. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know, I could totally relate to not being in a good place. Like, I definitely, especially after COVID, I was like really just kind of in a cave and not really being very social.
Yeah,
and
I get that. I think we all had to do a lot of inner work during the pandemic as creatives who are used to being out gigging and, you know, making our living from gigging, and then being kind of shut in. It kind of made us all go, wait, what is my art? What am I doing? Yeah. So a lot of us did some really powerful pivots. A lot of us did a lot of inner self-work, and I think I did a lot of that. Self-love, self-work, self-help, mental health. You know, I've been working a lot on that stuff. It's very important to love yourself so that you can share yourself more authentically. And I've been really focusing on that. Yeah.
Well, that's the best thing to hear because I've had to work on that myself, especially kind of like the rock and roll lifestyle. I got pretty caught up in the party, which can be fun, but then can also not be so fun. And then the party is just like, I'm just partying alone. And I met you socially, like from gigs when you were playing with Liquor Down.
Yep. That's where we first met, I believe. You were doing your own thing as the Space Cowboy.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's one of my other, like, alter egos or something like that. But you were rocking with them for quite a while, huh?
Yeah, it's my first band. It's my baby. 14 years of Liquor Down.
Nice.
The only thing that really stopped us was health. It was like right before the pandemic, I got diagnosed with some vocal nodules. So I had a vocal nodule on both of my vocal cords, and the doctor said I had to stop singing and talking and all the things. And so I canceled a lot of gigs, and then I found some other singers to step in for Liquor Down. Mandy Nystrom did it. Steve Keller stood in and a couple of gigs and filled in for me. And I went on vocal rest. I did a month of no talking, no singing, no humming, no laughing, no nothing.
Oh my gosh, that would be a trip.
So I was communicating using like a dry erase board and just kind of talking that way for a month. And one of my vocal cords shrunk. The other one went away completely. So I knew I needed another vocal rest, but then the pandemic hit. And so I kind of focused on different things, trying to reconnect to myself and reconnect to my art. So I did a lot of live streaming, and, you know, I did this thing called 30 Songs in 30 Days where I created a different song every day, which was really fun. And then eventually I did come back around, do a vocal rest for a month and a half. And Now the vocal cords are completely healed, no nodules, no surgery necessary, because they
Oh,
were talking
nice.
surgery at one point. So, uh,
That's serious.
yeah. So the fact that the body, when you leave it alone, has the ability to heal itself, it's amazing what the body can do. So mind over matter, mindsets, getting yourself right, and leaving it alone, I
Mm-hmm.
highly recommend. I
I
also
believe
did
that.
do a lot of different lifestyle changes. I changed the way I slept. I changed the way I ate. I quit smoking, which was super duper hard. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there too, and even
Yeah.
even recently, it's super hard just to change habits. When you
Yeah.
say, well, first of all, I'm super stoked to hear that you've healed up because you
Yeah.
do have an amazing voice as well. I've always thought
Thank
that.
you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank
And
you.
when you say you change the way you sleep,
Hmm.
what do you mean by that?
Okay. So when you have I have an acid reflux problem.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have to sleep with my head 6 inches higher.
Mm.
So you have to sleep on an incline. I was used to sleeping flat, no pillow on my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
I now sleep on my back, elevated with my head up.
Mm.
And that was really hard. That was a hard change as well. But yeah, I've put my mind
Yeah.
to a lot of different changes and for the better. Yeah, for my vocal health and for my art and for my heart and for my soul and for myself. I've made those
Yeah.
changes.
I mean,
Yeah.
they all go hand in hand, really, is what I've come to understand. And like you said, the mental health, your
Hmm.
physical health in your body, and yeah, your soul. You've definitely got soul, I'd say. And you write lyrics too, then.
Yes, yeah. I've been writing ever since I was little. It's just, that wasn't my main focus. My biggest dream was to be a lead singer in a rock band. And so when I got that, I held on to that for a very long time. Liquor
Mm-hmm.
Down was my baby. And so we did a lot of cover tunes from the 50s to the 90s, and it got us a chance to go all over Montana. We played Idaho, Wyoming, Washington. We've done thousands and thousands of miles and had, 100 shows a year,
Nice.
80 to 100 shows a year. So we were pretty much playing every weekend. It was my main source of income. So we were taking all the gigs and it
Yeah,
was a
for
lot,
sure.
of fun. Yeah, a lot of fun. But yeah, I understand what you're saying about the party being a thing. With a name like Liquor Down, you know
Yeah.
what it was. You know what it was. And so in 2015, I quit drinking, and it
Mm-hmm.
just became a little harder to do the same show sober. Now I
Mm-hmm.
refound myself on the stage sober, and I found a way to do it. But it just lately I've been finding myself resonating with my own original music, and I'm kind of taking that route right now. I'm not saying I'm not going to come back to Liquor Down. I'm not saying it's over. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just saying right now it makes all the sense to kind of go after the original music
Mm-hmm.
and see what that looks like.
Yeah, for sure. Again, congratulations on not drinking. So since
Yeah.
2015?
Yeah, like 7 years. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just coming up on like 1 year.
Hey, it's huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can
And
get over that 2 month hurdle, that's then you got it. I feel like. I
yeah,
feel
and
like.
like you say, with the band Liquor Down, with the name,
Yeah.
and I'm sure playing a lot of out at the bars
Oh
or,
yeah.
music festivals.
Biker rallies and
Yeah.
yeah.
And so it's almost like your job to like get everybody else drinking.
Yep. Yep.
And then usually when you step off stage,
They want to buy you drinks.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you're hanging out with people, and it's hard to stop once you get
Right.
started.
Absolutely. And you want to make sure that the bar is making money so that they'll have you
Hmm.
back. So you feel obligated to get those drinks. And I found a liquid ice or a rock star, a Red Bull or an energy drink costs about the same as like a mixed drink or a shot. So I'll have
Hmm.
them buy me those. And that doesn't mean I have to drink it all. It just means they bought me something nice and I can set it aside and say, there's some money for the bar. That's how I
Yeah.
Yeah, don't drink too many of those though. I find that
Yeah.
there was one show I did where I drank like 7 of them and I felt like my heart was gonna explode.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I've decided you don't have to drink all of it.
Yeah, for sure. That's kind of been my thing recently where I'm like, man, I will have the rock stars. I'm like,
Yeah,
man, I probably need to slow down on
slow
these two,
down.
you know.
Absolutely slow
Um,
down. Yeah.
but yeah, the Liquor Down was awesome, and creating that experience when singing cover songs, it's an awesome thing. Some people are like against it for some reason.
Yeah, I noticed that there are people who only do original music, and then they look down on people who do cover tunes, like they're less than or something
Hmm.
like that. And I'm like, you're nothing but a jukebox band. You play exactly like the song is. I'm like, well, it takes a lot of talent to play exactly like the song. I mean, yeah,
And
and
you
we're
get
not just
better.
playing one style; we're playing all the styles.
Hmm.
That's kind of impressive in my eyes. I mean, that takes a talent into it of itself. So,
Well,
yeah.
you become a better musician, I think, when you learn how to play other people's music, especially music that is popular and that other people know and they can sing along to and dance to or rock out to. But I am really excited to hear your original music. Yeah, the song Build you sent me, I thought that was so rad.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. The thing I love most about that song is it's one of those songs that started out as the 30 songs in 30 days. It's song
Mm.
number 29.
Oh.
So I liked that song so much, I decided this is going to be a real song. This is going to be, and at first I was going to take it to Liquor Down. And then I decided I want to expand my musical reach. And with
Hmm.
the internet being what it is, I get to reach out to all kinds of musicians everywhere and learn from everything. So I reached out to a friend I have in London who's a
Hmm.
producer, and he helped me with the music part. He did some of the guitar work and some of he got a drummer as well to get on that. And then I took it also to Adrian Connor, the
Hmm.
lead guitarist from Hell's Bells, the
That's super awesome.
all girls tribute to AC/DC. So she's the guitarist on that lead guitar ripping at the end.
I heard that and
That's
I was like,
Adrian
dang,
Connor, right?
shredding.
It definitely gets the hairs going on your arms. I
I was
love that.
wondering, and then I just looked it up when I seen your header on Facebook
Mhm.
promoting your song, and I've seen Hell's Bells once, and I mean she was my favorite for sure,
Right?
as a
Yeah.
big like Angus Young fan, and I was surprised that you got her on that record.
Yeah, me too, actually. I reached
Nice.
out and I was surprised for her to say yes. When she said yes, I nearly pooped myself.
Yeah, I mean I did too when I heard the song because it was.
Yeah.
I was trying to even think. I was like, man, like I was trying to be like, who does this song sound like?
Sounds
I
like,
usually try to
yeah.
be like related to like another band, and because it sounds like a lot of music I've heard, but I was like, it just still sounds so original.
Thank you, man. Yeah. Thank you. I
So I don't know if
appreciate it.
what kind of was your inspiration behind the song, if you don't mind me asking.
Yeah. So it really started, the only line I had before the 30 songs in 30 days was, see what I do, you like what I do, I want you, I need you to do it better. There was a girl, Mandy, who filled in for me at the loading zone, and she said to me, I don't know if I can do this for you because I don't move on stage like you do. I don't I don't think I have the same stage presence as you do. And I was trying to make it clear to her what she brings to the table is even better, because she has vocal cartwheels that she does. She has different vocal skills that she does. She
Mm,
can she's got a really awesome range, but she also has this growl that I can't do. This like metal growl that's
mm,
really intense. Oh, she's got a lot. Oh, and she's good on stage, and she's got like this leather outfit, and she looks like really rock and roll to me. And I think she brings something amazing. And I just wanted her to know that. And so then it got me thinking about other parts of music and how it's important for us as musicians to pass it on, all our knowledge, to the next generation of musicians. Because like
mm-hmm,
when I was coming up in the rock group and in the cover bands, I was looking towards the older people who had done that to try and get as much advice as I could. And I was trying to sponge off them as much as I could. And I found that there was a group of cover musicians who didn't want to tell me anything. for fear I might take their spot.
Oh,
And so I
true.
felt like they were hoarding information and hoarding all the musical knowledge. And I felt
Mm-hmm.
like there's room for all of us, and with live music kind of on the downs, with DJs and karaoke and Netflix and Disney
Mm-hmm.
Plus and all the things that people can do, video games and all the things they could do besides going to see live music. It's
Mm-hmm.
important that we lift each other up. We lift everybody up. And so
Mm-hmm.
for me, it was very important that we share all our musical knowledge with the next generation as well as ourselves, because it doesn't hurt us. So the second verse says, pass the torch. No, I'd rather light the torch. The flame loses nothing from sharing. So let's share our light, because you don't lose your light by sharing it. You
Mm-hmm.
only burn brighter. And
Yeah.
we'll, as live music, as rockers, we'll burn brighter if we burn brighter together and share our
Mm-hmm.
truth. And that's what the song. Let's build a monster. Let's build the next rock and roll god.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'd say, that's you're a rock and roll god
Yeah.
or goddess or
Yeah.
whatever. You got the vibe, and I think that's the thing about the live experience is it is almost like I'd consider it like a spiritual thing, because you do like spread those vibes, and in my mind I'm like, you're creating that energy that builds, and it builds the crowd up, and it gets them going, and it gets them high or
Yep.
whatever. And I guess when I say like gets them high, it makes me think again when you're talking about your stage presence. Was it hard to like adjust and find yourself again after like finding sobriety?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely it was. You betcha. Because not only was it difficult for me to find myself in the sobriety, but others were telling me that I was boring, that I was
Mm,
lame, that I'd lost my edge, that I wasn't rock and roll, that I wasn't being rebel, those sort
mm,
of things. And so in my sobriety and in my self-work lately, I've learned that there is a place for me. There is a place for positivity in rock and roll. There is a place for smiling, because people used to say, stop smiling on stage. You're supposed to be brutal.
oh
And I
yeah.
said, no, I enjoy this rock music. I enjoy the way it makes me feel. I'm feeling nothing but joy. So I'm passing on my joy, whether you like it or not. Like
Mm-hmm.
me or not, I'm still gonna love you, and I'm gonna give you this joy, whether you like it or not. So that's where I stand. I'm a positive person. I'm a Jedi, and I'm okay with being a Jedi on stage. So
Yeah, using the force.
yeah.
I thank you for doing that as well, because the world really needs more positivity, and like that's what I've been working on too. Is just I get caught up in the negativity, and like you say, even other musicians.
Hmm.
Uh, I feel like there is a lot of that kind of competition or like envy and jealousy in the air.
Oh yeah.
Even like when you're encouraging the other female singer, like that's hard. Like a lot of people don't even do that and say, "Hey, you're great. Be better than me."
Right. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, this new song. Have you done a lot of your own songs and releases before?
Well, I guess, and it wasn't fair. I realize now that I made Liquor Down beat only covers. We
Mm-hmm.
in 2020 released an album as Liquor Down,
Mm.
full length album. And so it's all my originals that I wrote out and had them play. So I have released music before, and it's on Spotify and all the digital streaming. So if you want to go to America's Liquor Down Band, there is an album there.
I'll
I
check
just
that
felt
out
like
too.
it represented a time in my life and the party of my life that
Mm-hmm.
that just didn't feel. I felt like that was then. I need a next chapter, and that's
Yeah.
what this next phase of my life is, the Layloni Ghee thing.
I'm really excited for it.
Yeah.
And I would think that sometimes about my own music, where I'm like, well, I'm different now. That's who I was then. And I'm
Hmm.
changed now, or trying to change. But
Hmm.
I think that's part of your story too, is who you were
Hmm.
and who you've become and are becoming.
Yes, absolutely. So there was the Liquor Down chapter, and then there was the Big Sky Drive chapter while I was recovering in my vocal work.
Hmm.
George and I, or Slim, my partner
Oh
and
yeah, I
musical
remember
partner
Slim.
in life and in music, he and I have an acoustic duo, and we
Oh
do.
yeah, life partners.
Yes, he's my life partner as well. Been
Nice.
together
Yeah,
for
that's right.
15 years. Yeah, yeah. So
15 years?
yeah, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's
That's
weird.
an accomplishment in itself too. Yeah, for sure. I think me and my wife are like 13 years now. And I'm like, dude, what the heck?
Wow.
I don't understand. I was
Right?
just
It
like a
feels like
partying
yesterday,
crazy
right?
kid, you know?
Yeah, and now we're grown-ups. What?
Yeah. But you're still like the same to me. Like, I've always loved your cool hair and just like your attitude and vibe. And you've always fed into the community. But
Yes.
yeah, you were saying Big Sky Drive?
Yeah, so Big Sky Drive is our acoustic duo, and we're still doing it actually, just acoustically. We sit down and we sing classic rock and pop and country and just sing along favorites. And I feel like people participate more because it's not rock star on stage and then
Hmm.
audience over there. It's like we're doing this together, and I feel like they join in more and we have more fun. We also put out a 4-song EP as Big Sky Drive, just so we had something other than Liquor Down merchandise to sell.
Hmm.
And that's not on Spotify or any of the streaming places. It's
Hmm.
only in person when you come to our shows.
That's awesome too. It
You
creates a real like
got to be there.
yeah, it's almost
Yeah.
it's like a cult following type thing. Like it's kind of rare. I was talking about that today. I was like, man, back in the day, I kind of miss having to go on the hunt to find an album.
Right. Yes. And the physical,
Hmm.
open it up and read the pages. And I'm old school. I want to hold it. I want to
Yeah,
touch it. I want to look at the pictures and get my fingerprints on it.
for sure.
Yeah.
It's a big part of the experience, and I remember doing that, like reading along the
Yes.
lyrics to the album.
Yes.
And well, that's awesome. I'm glad you guys have done that.
Mm.
So with your new music now, is that gonna go onto the digital platforms?
Yeah, so I've got that so far with this single build. I'm gonna just put it digitally, see what it does, and see what the audience wants. I'm basically trying to see what my fans want, and try and see what direction I feel like going in, because I feel like the sky's the limit. I'm trying to put
Hmm.
together the Layloni Ghee band, and all we do is play my originals, and I'd like to tour that. And so far I'm putting together a really groovy band. I'm excited for everybody to hear us, and we've been working on all our originals, some of the ones that haven't even been released yet. You're going to see if you come to a
That's
Layloni Ghee
Hendrix.
show. Hi, Hendrix. He ran away.
Yeah, he's like, Dad, here's your phone.
Yeah. So that I've got like lots more songs to bring, and then a full-length Layloni Ghee album coming, I don't know, maybe next year, but you'll get to
Hmm.
hear those songs before they're released if you come to our shows.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Is this your first single released as Leilani G?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
I don't mean to make the face, but I'm like, yes, I'm nervous, I'm scared, I'm excited, I can't wait, all the things. But in my
Right.
discomfort lies my breakthrough. That's what my music mentor, Honey La Rochelle, says. So, yay. And I've got a lot of mentors, a lot of musical coaches,
Hmm.
therapists, and all the things. Like I
Yeah.
said, I'm going through the change,
I
man. I'm trying to get myself right.
yeah, I've been going to therapy as
Hmm.
well. Just like regular therapy, not just like music. Music
Yep.
was my therapy before, or I
Yep.
would, self-medicate.
Hmm.
Um, so again, I had to be like, yo, I like finally went and like seen a doctor to be like, help me with this like bipolar manic depression stuff after all the years of partying like a rock star and
Well,
just
I feel like all creatives have some form of like bipolar or, multiple things going on in our heads. That's what makes
mhm,
us so creative. I don't know if that's true or not, but it just feels like every creative I've ever met has some form of that going on.
mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really excited to hear it coming through with your new music, like with your original lyrics. I love the lyrics that I heard in that song, and that's why, of course, I'm like trying to interpret it, and that's kind of what I got from it was, something about the act of performing and getting a band together. I love the chorus too. Uh, we gotta build, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, that took the energy like up to another level right there.
It was initially called Build. You gotta build. Whoa!
Mm.
And several people who I had listened to it, they were like, "What do you mean build a wall?" And I'm like, "No, it's whoa." And they're like, "Oh, well, I heard wall." And I'm like, "Well, I'm changing that."
Oh yeah, I mean, I've definitely built the wall in my
Right,
life, and
but that's not. We're trying to build a musician. We're trying to build the next musician, the next generation of musicians, and we're trying to build up our live music scene and build up all those things. So no, I'm not building a wall. So I
yeah,
was like, I better change that. And so yeah, it fits better. I think it works.
yeah, for sure. That song is so cool. It's got good like changes in it. It sounds really well produced as well. So where did you do like your recordings? You said you had a producer help with the music.
Yeah, yeah. And he's in London.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Andy. Actually Angers. His name is
Oh,
really
that's super
difficult to
cool too.
pronounce.
In London, like
Yes,
collaborating like that.
yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
awesome.
Through Zoom, we kind of talk to each other, and then through Facebook we kind of interacted, and through our internet we send each other tracks.
Hmm.
I think through WeTransfer we sent a bunch of tracks that way. Then I had Adrian on it, and then George did the bass, and he threw in
Hmm.
some extra stuff as well. And then in my bedroom I recorded the vocals.
Nice. Yeah, I'm all about like the home studio.
Yep, home
It's always been that way.
studio.
It's fun to go into other studios too, but
Yep, yep.
have your
So
own
I did that.
microphone and whatnot at home. It sounds great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I had a mix master engineer guy he's in California. He's in a
Mm,
group that I'm in called MPS. It's Musician Peer Support.
mm.
Oh, they're just a great group of people. And I highly recommend if you want to go to that group, MPS. It's a support system for us musicians. They've got links on self-care, and they've got links on meditation. They've got listening feedback sessions, and yeah, mentors and producers and engineers and singers. So just people coming together and working together. It's a great community.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I definitely want to connect. Where do you
It's
connect
on
with?
Facebook, and they're
Okay.
also on Clubhouse. If any of you guys are on Clubhouse, they're on Clubhouse as well. MPS, Musician Peer Support. Yeah. I'll
Cool.
send you a
Yeah.
link. Absolutely. You should
Yeah,
join.
please
It's
do.
really
I
groovy. Yeah.
I really will, because I'm just trying to connect with, more positive people to build each other
Yeah.
up, to build each
Yes,
other up.
exactly.
Yeah.
And they are really, really positive lights. I mean, what they're doing is just amazing. They were a light in a dark time for me, and it's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey with them.
Yeah, you mentioned that they have links to like meditation stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, meditation,
That I've been trying to do more of.
and they've got links for like therapists and how to get online therapy as well.
Hmm.
Yep, a lot of different links and groups. Sound meditation, light meditation. They've got all sorts of different things that you can. They've got links in the resource section. So yeah,
I guess that's the
definitely.
most powerful thing about music is that, yeah, like you say, the sound healing.
Yep,
And
yep.
so with your new album, have you already been writing more songs for it?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yes. I've had a goal this year, and it was not only the self care and self help and self love, but it's also been get your ideas off your notebook and out of the phone and into the computer at least. So
Hmm.
I've been trying to take 2 songs a week and just record bass and vocals at the very minimum of the structure of the song. Sometimes we'll throw in some guitar, sometimes we'll get a drum loop, but basically get the skeleton, the meat and potato idea onto the computer. And I've already got like 30 some songs recorded. And
Nice.
already a lot of those songs feel like the next thing, So yeah, and I've already taken 4 of my songs to a mixed master guy. Like it's already done, and I'm
Oh,
thinking in August I might come out with an EP and just get those 4
sweet.
songs out there, just so that I can say they're out there.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that's the best thing to do. A lot of people, will sit on music for a while. You were saying that you were sitting on even this song for a
yeah.
while.
But I was sitting on it not strategically, but out of fear.
Hmm.
Um, before I've come to a place where I've accepted myself, I was very judgmental about everything I was doing. And so I let the perfectionist get in the way of producing.
Hmm.
I let it get in the way of getting things out there. And so somebody said something in one of my groups that it's time to just let the messy kids go out and play. So
Mm,
yeah, a lot of these songs, they could be done over and over and over again. But I think it's time to let the kids out. It's time to let the kids out and play. Let them
nice.
off into the world and let them be. Yeah.
I'm super stoked to hear that. And when you were saying, laying down bass, because you play the bass, right?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
That's awesome. Not a lot of singers play instruments.
Right. Yes. Well, what made me decide to start playing was my bandmates out of Liquor Down. I would come to them with a song idea, one of my originals, and I say, it goes like this, la 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 la, and they're like, what key is it? What are the chords? And I couldn't make that conversation happen. I didn't speak that musical language yet. And I felt like, let me learn an instrument so that I could translate that and say it's GAD, and
Hmm.
they got that, so
Nice.
yeah.
Man, yeah, that's what I've been thinking of. Because, of course, I'll get my kids, like, playing on some drums or get them some, like, 6-string guitars. But I was like, I really need to get them a bass.
Yeah.
Because it is perfect for, the basis of a song.
Yeah.
And that low
I
end.
see what you did there, the basis of the song.
Oh yeah, I mean it really is
It
like
is.
a lot of people even kind of dog on the bass for some
I know.
reason. Like
I
they're like,
don't
"Oh,
know what that
it's
is.
I don't know either. I don't know if it's just people always want
Yeah,
to be critical,
I
but
think so.
I'm stoked to see you playing bass. When I Google your name and find some different pictures of you. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, you
Yeah,
definitely have a unique look.
when I did the 30 songs in 30 days, most of those songs was me and the bass.
Mm,
So I didn't tell you about the PBS show. I
mm.
was on PBS. Me and George
Nice.
were on PBS as Big Sky Drive because the host saw the 30 songs in 30 days and he thought it was very unique that I was creating songs from the bass. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, well, that's how I create. And he says it's very unique. So that's how I ended up on that show, live from home. So yeah,
I wonder
episode
if I
6.
can find that anywhere.
Yeah, it's online. It's online. It's on montanapbs.org, I think. Live from
Okay.
home.
Live
Episode
from
6.
home.
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
Hosted by
cool.
John Florodice. Yeah.
And I will, of course, like find some of the different links
Oh
to
yeah.
like your Spotify and all that different stuff and put it in the description. Um,
Right.
but yeah,
Well,
you said you were.
unfortunately, the Spotify and stuff, it won't be active until the day of because it's
Oh
my
yeah,
first single. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, but yeah, it won't be
right.
active until the day of.
Well, I will
So,
still, go back and put it in,
okay, cool, cool, cool.
because I'm looking forward to it and I want to share it with folks. And hopefully it'll help more people connect. And you said you're releasing it here pretty soon, right?
Yeah. So, the single is going to be released on my birthday. It's June 13th. It's a Monday. And why I decided to do that is it's not only for me, it's a gift, it's a birthday gift for me,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also a tribute to my twin sister who passed on this year. She had a heart attack, and so it's my first birthday without my twin sister, and I thought this would be a good way to give a tribute to her because my whole family is very musical and she was too, and I think she would appreciate it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, rest in peace to your twin sister.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's super sad. And
Yeah.
that's awesome of you to do that tribute
Yeah.
and release it on your birthday. Happy early birthday.
Thank you. I'll
It's
be
not too far from now.
42. Oh my
42?
goodness. 42.
Wow, you really seem like, 21.
Thank you. God
Yeah.
bless you.
I mean, you got that young spirit,
Thank you. I think it's just because I make it a habit of really pursuing happiness. I don't know why some people think that seems fake or phony. It's like they think because I've had a lot of trauma and a lot of sadness that I should be sad all the time. And I'm like, I don't like that school of thought.
Hmm.
I'm a big fan of happiness. And so I look for the joy even in the sadness. And I really do want to pass on joy. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. In fact,
Mm-mm.
I think that's a really good way to be. And so that's my stance. I stand in joy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really, I think that, keeps you healthy or
Yeah.
your state of mind and, passing that on to other people or turning something negative into a positive. And it's not an easy thing to do.
No. No.
Um, uh, your hair is so cool. I keep thinking, is that easy to do? Easy to maintain?
Okay, so with the hair, it takes about 10 and a half hours on average to braid my hair up.
Mm-hmm.
It lasts for about 3 months. I usually don't let it last that long because I get bored with the color, but I've actually let this last that long. You can wash your hair with it in.
Mm-hmm.
It just takes a lot longer to dry out, and it takes a lot more product to really get in there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you wash it, you dry it like you would regular hair. It's just a fun way to accentuate, what's going on. Like when I was during the times when I was not sure about what was going on, like with Liquor Down, I had to strip everything down and did Big Sky Drive. So I took out the braids
Mm.
and well, because I was like, is it my hair that everybody likes? Is
Right.
it my dance moves that everybody likes? Is it the fact that I'm, so I sat down with the base, with my hair and just without the braids, just to see what it was. And after stripping down and realizing that no, it isn't that. It's me. It's the light inside that they're enjoying.
Mm-hmm.
I went back to the hair just because it's so much fun.
Yeah, it is cool. I
And
want to do stuff like that.
this one is thermal hair. So
Mm-hmm.
it changes color and temperature.
What?
Yeah, dude. I actually put it on my YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube and you go to the Layloni Ghee channel, you'll see me dip my hair in a cup of cold water and you'll get to see the change. It's just groovy. I also
Oh.
have glow in the dark hair that I wear during the, like I like to wear red, white, and blue during
Mm-hmm.
July. So next month you'll see some red, white, and blue, and the white glows in the dark.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I'm definitely gonna check out your YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, so I get my hair from I Kick Shims. It's a it's right. It's
Yeah.
a company out of California. So they just have a lot of fun effect hair. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they also have like tinsel hair, and they have like lots of different other kinds of hair that I haven't even gotten into yet. I'm
Hmm.
slowly getting into the different effects hair. It's
Right.
gonna be fun. Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
look into that. I always like to have fun with my hair and do
Yes.
different colors and play
It's
with
like
it.
fashion, right? It's like
Yeah.
fashion for your top of your head.
Yeah, for sure. Um, so
Because
yeah,
I
you're
always wear
saying,
black, and so to accentuate myself, I always like to get colorful with the hair.
nice.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, California's super rad. Are you from Montana?
born and raised, Great Falls, Montana, represent. Whoop whoop,
Represent. Yeah, that's where I was born and
represent.
raised.
Yeah,
Great
yeah, I
Falls,
know it.
Montana.
Yeah, Great Falls, the
Um,
G Funk.
yeah, G-Funk. I'm in Helena now, and
Yeah,
Helena's rad. I'm gonna be
yeah.
visiting Great Falls here soon.
Well, Helena's got a pretty healthy music scene as well, though. I mean, I noticed
Mm-hmm.
that they're still doing a lot of like one man and two man acts, you
Mm-hmm.
know, at the breweries and at the, smaller pubs and restaurants and stuff. So, yeah, you've got a really groovy music scene there as well.
Yeah, for sure. I used to be a lot more in the music scene and doing stuff and traveling around, and I just haven't really been doing it for the past while. And now that I'm like out of it, I'm like, okay, and I gotta like especially after the sobriety stuff, I'm like finding
Yeah.
myself again and doing the reinvention thing like yourself.
Yep.
And well, you said you're just like living outside of Great Falls now?
Yes. So I live in a a small little farming community, like 90 miles outside of Great Falls. It's really small, but it's really nice. I
Mm-hmm.
don't go out much right now because like I'm just really cocooning in my own world, kind of getting into my own stuff and my own music, and still finding my voice physically, mentally, spiritually. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I actually don't live in Helena anymore. I live outside of it in small like Montana City area.
Right. Nice.
And I do like it. It's a nice change of pace for me, and instead of being in the hustle and bustle, and good to like hear my own thoughts
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
regroup. Well, I can't
Yeah.
wait for everybody else to hear your new music.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm scared. I'm terrified. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm joyful. Yeah, all the things. All the things.
Oh yeah, it's like a big explosion of emotions.
Yeah, yeah. Because it's like you're not just putting yourself. I mean, you're putting your art out there, and when you put your art out there, you're vulnerable. You're putting your
Hmm.
heart out there, and yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Well,
Getting
that
naked.
song is epic. I loved
But
it.
thank you.
Great music, great lyrics. Your vocals are great. I'm really glad to hear that you healed up from that because that's really scary.
Yeah, I was scared I
What'd you
was
say?
never going to
Vocal
sing again.
nodes
Yeah,
or
the nodules. Yeah, they're
nodules?
nodes. Yeah, people call them nodes.
Mm-hmm.
The nodes. It was
Yeah.
terrifying.
How did they
I was,
develop, really?
the doctor seems to think it was due to the acid reflux issue.
Mm-hmm.
I also believe it was due to vocal fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a combination of the vocal fatigue mixed with the acid reflux because I was, like I said, singing 80 to 100 shows a year,
Mm-hmm.
every weekend, sometimes weekdays, and I was doing 4 to 5 hours of hard rock and heavy metal. So I'm doing AC/DC, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, just high screams and
Mm.
stuff, and it was a lot. And I've got a vocal coach now that says I can't do more than 3 hours, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So
Did you ever have a vocal coach before you started singing?
no, I didn't. And so
Wow, you
now
got
I
a great voice
thank
naturally.
you. Yeah, I wasn't doing any kind of vocal warm-ups before any of the shows. I
Mm.
had no real, yeah, I wasn't doing any of the things. Now I warm it up, stretch it out, like I do all the things. I've got a vocal straw that I use.
Oh, wait, vocal
Yeah.
straw.
Yeah, so it's a glass straw that you use to do like some vocal warm-ups. I think
Hmm.
it's right. We have one. Let me see. There's one. Okay, so it's a vocal straw, and
Mm-hmm.
you do things like
Hmm.
it's kind of like a, but then you do
Wow.
it with the straw. Yeah.
Wow, I'm learning a lot from you. It's
Yeah. There are healthier ways to do what we do because unfortunately as vocalists our instrument is our body, so our
mm-hmm.
body has to be well taken care of. So if we eat garbage the day before or we don't drink enough water, that affects the way we perform
Mm-hmm.
because our voice is our instrument. So we not only have to take care of our voice, but we also have to take care of the body and the spirit and the mind, because if you're stressing out or you're freaking out, it closes your throat. So you got to stretch it out. You got to relax it out. And you've got to relax your whole body as well. So there's a lot of things you get to do as a vocalist. If you
Wow.
want longevity in your career, let's just say.
Yeah, well, yeah, some people be like, that's not rock and roll.
Right,
To like warm your
exactly.
voice up and do all the little those little techniques and just prepping
Mhm.
your vocal. The straw.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
the
have to
straw.
look into that, and
Yeah.
I'm all about trying to make the better choices now.
Yes, which is
And
great. You're gonna love it. At first, it's hard. It takes a little bit of, you know, getting used to it. But once you get into it, you're gonna love it. 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 You're gonna love getting your mind around this is the new way of doing things. But
Mm-hmm.
once you get into it, boy, your body will thank you. You'll be buzzing, you'll be feeling good, and you'll get to remember everything.
Well,
And you'll
yeah.
enjoy the stage that much better.
Yeah, remembering everything and waking up and
Yeah,
being like, yo, I feel good.
I feel
Uh,
good.
yeah. I mean, I feel good having this conversation too.
Oh,
Of
good.
course, I even still like get nervous. I'll
Oh,
talk
yeah.
to people I don't know, but even to you, like I know you, I've met you.
Yeah.
Um, not like a whole lot, but I know you, and I still
Yeah.
get nervous.
Do you?
I don't know why, even though it's virtual.
Yes.
Um,
No, I feel you.
but
I
I
have
just feeling
anxiety.
feelings again, you know.
Yes, I connecting with a human being does take some energy, and I have anxiety as well, so I get very nervous around meeting people, it's
Hmm.
or interacting with other people. So I feel it too. I feel it too, and it being recorded and other people listening right now
But
is
yeah,
something I'm very aware of. But
yeah.
we get to do these things because that's something that you and I are as artists is we get to interact with the people, and we're lucky.
Hmm.
We don't have to dig ditches. We don't have to eat spiders. We don't we get to make music, and we get to talk to the people and make real connections.
Yeah, eat
Right on.
spiders.
Right. There
That's
are
funny.
people who are YouTube sensations, and their whole thing is falling off buildings or something. You know what I mean? That
Yeah,
is
for
not our
sure.
jobs. That's not what we
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, I was watching Jackass recently. I'm like, man, this just makes me feel so much better to not have to
Right,
go through all that. And I
right.
mean, just go through the pain. So was it probably pretty painful when your vocals started getting
Yeah,
the
yeah,
nodules?
yeah, absolutely. It hurt. It was one of those things that every show that I had was steadily getting worse.
Hmm.
Um, it hurt to sing certain ranges, and then certain notes wouldn't come out. And then certain songs we had to drop. Like first it was Hell's Bells by AC/DC. Then we had to drop this song and that song. And then when it came to like I had to drop Dreams from Fleetwood Mac. That's
Mm.
not that high. And so when it got that, that was the day I saw the doctor. I was like, no, I'm not losing another song. Something is wrong and it hurts and it doesn't feel right. Yeah.
Well,
There was
yeah.
one day I'd played 3 days in a row, and by the third day, it hurt so bad to talk. I was still managing to squeak out notes, but it hurt so bad that I coughed up a little blood, and I was like, "That's not okay."
Right,
Yeah,
yeah. Blood, sweat, and tears into
yeah,
what you do.
yeah. That
Man.
that was it. Was painful. It was scary. Yeah, absolutely, definitely. I was afraid that I'd lost singing forever, and when I was faced with that, I was very scared because I'd realized I'd wrapped everything. I mean, that's who I am,
Hmm.
you know. And then, I got better on my bass, and I focused on basing, and I also focused on, other people's music. I really enjoy promoting other people's music. I love Montana artists, especially hold a really, really important place in my heart, and I love
Hmm.
for people to hear all the different artists that I know because my music friends are awesome. And so I found that even if I couldn't sing again, music was still going to happen for me, and I found ways to make music still happen for me. I was still writing songs, even when I wasn't talking, I was still writing lyrics and still trying to figure stuff out on my bass. So, yeah, music is still always a part of me no matter what.
Well, yeah. Thanks for promoting other people as well. I remember you would play some of my music when you were hosting a radio show.
Yep.
And Montana Homegrown?
It was the Homegrown Highway.
Homegrown Highway, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
that was
good
awesome.
times. Yeah, it was good. I love that I got to chance to share Montana artists with the Great Falls area audience, because I don't think they were aware that their neighbors and their next door, people that they knew were so talented.
Hmm.
Montana's full of so many talented people that I just wanted to spotlight it.
Well, yeah, thank you for spotlighting others, and thanks for, taking the stage and being in the spotlight there, and, blessing people. And that way, you're a blessing, and thanks for writing your new music and having this conversation with me. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to chat about before I let you go or anything.
Well, I just wanted to let everybody know that you can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/Layloni Ghee Music, or /Big Sky Drive. We put up all our events on Big Sky Drive. We got a lot of events coming up, and I also put them on my music page as well. So we're going to be playing in Joplin and Havre and Great Falls and Galleys in Harlowtown. So this month is a lot of Big Sky Drive, so check it out.
Nice. Yeah, I'm going to check out Big Sky Drive, and super stoked you're getting out there and playing some more shows.
Yep.
And that your voice is back. Sounded incredible on the new song. I'll definitely be sharing the song when it gets out there, and I'll share this podcast, like tomorrow or the next day.
Fantastic.
And I started doing promotions. Now I'm trying to also chop out little snippets and share the little snippets of just the highlights where it's like, talking about, your vocal stuff or the hair or just all the little things.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, thanks again. Say hi to Slim for me.
Will do.
And yeah, I appreciate it. It was an awesome conversation. And thanks for teaching me some things. I'm going to connect with the, what'd you say it was?
MPS.
MPS.
Yes. And I'll give you a link for that.
Sweet. Thank you very much. If you want to send me any other links to make it easier for me to put in the description, that always helps.
Will do. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Of course. Thanks for getting back to me, and hopefully I can connect with some of the other musicians that you would promote and help promote them. And
that would be great.
Yeah, and of course, now I'm going to play the song for other folks to hear, and I'll let you go.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Have a good night.
Yep, you too. Thank you.
Yeah. See you later.
See ya.
All right. Sweet. Well, the recording's done, and now I'll just actually let you go.
Okay, so should I leave then?
Yeah, I guess we'll just end the meeting, and I'll just put the song at the end of it. Maybe, I don't know, I'll probably just put like another little picture. I don't know if you have a album art for your single.
I do, but it doesn't have a picture of me in it. So I think it'd be better if we just gave you a picture of me or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, send me a picture of you that you would like, and I'll just put that on the tail end of this.
Cool. Perfect.
Yay. All right, sweet. Well, thanks again. It was so awesome to connect with you again.
Yeah, I agree. Same thing. Great to connect with you as well. Connect.
Yeah, and then whenever you got more stuff going on or promoting new singles or your album, feel free to hit me up.
Like I said, when I do that 4-song EP, maybe I'll reach out to you again, because I think when I get the Layloni Ghee band going, then I can promote that EP, get that out as well, because
please do hit me up, and good luck with forming the new band.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for doing this again.
Yeah, holler at you later.
Yeah.
Good to
all right,
see you,
peace.
man. Peace.
See what I can do. You like what I do. I want you and need ya to do it bigger at their own stage. Be the best you. Take what I've got and make it better. I don't believe in hoarding, choosing grow. Inspire the next generation. Lather and repeat. Encourage the next generation. That's our legacy.
There's a place where deals are made and legends are born.
You boys know what to do. Sure, we know what to do. And that is not to let the devil know anything.